Finders, keepers. I was recently watching a show and it had this little funny eccentric character in it who had come into the office. She was a client and she would look around the office as she was talking to the person, as I am with you, and oh, finders keepers, she would, Megan, you can use this. She would take these little things and just scurry away with them. She had a big bag, a really big bag that she would put her treasures in. We have this idea that the things that we want and the things that we need are all around us for the taking. Obviously, we must travail, or at least work to some degree to get those things. We can't just run around stealing people's dingers. Thievery is probably not okay. But we have this idea also that the work is hard. It is travailing. It is difficult. We do go to school and walk a mile in the snow and a mile back in the snow, both uphill. And then we get a job and we work hard at it all the time. And maybe there has been a day in society, a time when most people could go to work, buy a house. I remember in the 70s, my parents were just typical middle class. They made $248 a week each. And we were able to buy a house in Pacific Grove. So, you know, they did work hard, but they also got to enjoy that money. And as time passes, and now in the economy that we are in, the corporate America, the way that employers now want to pay employees has changed. And it's back to travail. And it's constant for those who don't have a trust fund or have some big savings or something to look forward to in the future, or one of those really great jobs with packages and benefits and retirement. Those are becoming less and less. And in the middle of all of this, we feel that push and that pull to work and to give up time with our family, our friends, our pets. My daughter has a little baby, cutest little bug in the world. And she is having to go back to nursing school in January or February. I guess it is not January, but February. And it's her last semester at nursing school. And in the meantime, decided to get a part-time job. And yesterday I was watching Sweet Baby while her mother was at some sort of orientation thing that they do up at the hospital. And she called me to let me know I'm coming home. I pick up the phone and she burst into tears because the 8 days of orientation that they wanted her to complete right away, this is a part-time job, mind you, but they wanted her to complete these 8 days right away as soon as she could, turn into 14 days that she has to complete in this next month. 14 days that she has to spend away from her baby that she wasn't planning on. Travail. It wasn't long before this that I had my own issue, my own travail. I had this plan, and I won't go into the details of it with you, but it involved a significant amount of cash that I needed to have and didn't have, and had no way of getting that kind of cash at that moment. And it didn't just upset me because I wanted the thing that I wanted, because I mean, don't we all want the things that we want, and we don't always get them and life goes on. So it wasn't that. It was the fact that not having that thing that I wanted made me realize I'm not where I want to be. I'm not at that place. And it was such a strong, hard feeling that I got up, I was in bed, it was like middle of the night and I couldn't sleep. One of those, you all know about those. And I couldn't breathe and everything around me was kind of getting dim and I had no idea what was happening. And it was just in my head and everything. And oh my God, and I couldn't breathe and I'm bending down and I'm like, what is going on? And I finally calmed myself down. And I said, Carrie, whatever this is, I don't know. But there's one thing you've been working on this year besides travail, and that is mindset. A mindset of willing and allowing things to come to you. Calm down. Picture what it is that you want at the end, even though you don't have it. And I did. I went back to sleep and I woke up even sadder. And a couple of days later, the same thing happened. And I couldn't breathe. And I was just, I mean, I can't even describe it. And I didn't know what it was. And I was trembling and the world got dark and it was scary and I couldn't breathe. And that's when I realized it was a panic attack. I was having a panic attack. And the minute I realized it, I told myself, Carrie, you're having a panic attack. That means you're worried, and that's okay. Be worried. Now let's picture what it is you want. Let's really look at what it is that you want. Don't look at anything else. And picture it as if you have it. And I did. And the attack relaxed and went away. And the amazing thing that happened was within the week after that second panic attack, I got what I needed. And it wasn't the money. Who cares? It was the fact that this goal, this dream, this moment that I really needed happened because I told it to, despite the panic attack. And the thing that we're taught, that we must travail to get those things that we need. And when I'm watching this Finders Keepers the other night, I think about that and I think maybe it's not finders keepers, but believers keepers. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.